Apologize for my voice. I am still struggling with the flu, and um, anyway, this week is pretty straightforward. You had to read the 61 pages from Sightings by, I don't know why this just showed up, of Sightings by Linda Hogan and Brenda Peterson, and then you should write your thoughts. You were supposed to write your thoughts on those pages in the Wednesday discussion, which many of you did. Make sure you don't forget to comment on peers, as that lowers your grade that you get for your assignment, for your homework. If you ever miss an assignment, make sure you try to get extra credit. One way to get extra credit is to go to the discussions page, and you can click on this extra credit discussion. For every week of the course, you can add any material that you find that's related. So if you wanted to put some of the articles you found last week, or maybe a song or a poem or a novel or something that you know that's related to the issues we're talking about in this class, you can post it in the extra credit section, and for each time you post something, you get a point. And so that point can be added to, maybe you got a 9 out of 10 on a homework assignment, that will turn to a 10 out of 10. And you can get extra credit by making a meeting with me to discuss your draft of your essay. This is a shortened course, so we don't have 2 weeks where I can have the draft due 1 week and then the final due another week. If you're going to do a draft, you can send it to me, or you can post it. Instead of posting the essay proposal, you can post the draft of your essay. And then you can make a meeting with me, or make a meeting with one of the tutors, the writing tutors in the writing tutor. They can meet with you online at Manchester Community College. So here, I'll show you how that online writing, I think it's the Writing Center, the Writing Center tutor, Manchester Community College, Connecticut. Shouldn't be, tutoring and academic support. That's what it's called now. The website's a little different now than it was when I was there. A lot of you are at Manchester. You can get help with writing. You go here and you schedule a tutoring appointment, and they can meet with you online, and just make sure that they email me to tell me that you met with them, and then you could get the extra credit. When I go to, I will either change your grade, or I'll make a note in my system that you have extra credit, and I'll add it to a homework assignment that either you've missed, or you didn't comment on peers, or you got a lower grade for some other reason. It can also be added to your essays. It depends on how, I look for what you're missing, basically. Okay, so this week again was really straightforward, not a lot of extra videos or anything like last week. Last week was a big assignment, the annotated bibliography. If you weren't able to complete that, that's here. Week 2. Again, that's a really important assignment for the class. You're required to do a research assignment, and that was this assignment here. And it was an important assignment, and also it's really important for prep for your research, or for your first essay, because you can actually use a lot of what you wrote in your annotations in your essay. Some of you, I've noticed, have been submitting the discussion posts, but I'm wondering if you're not scrolling down and seeing the more formal assignments. So make sure that you do that. All right. I'm sorry about my voice. Okay. And finally, next week is just the essay. So the essay is due next week on Sunday. I changed the due date of the essay proposal If you'll, if you click on it, you'll see that it's due Monday because I forgot about Easter, of course. But that also means less time between your essay proposal and your essay. So make sure you're prepared that you can write your essay next week. In the shortened class, you kind of need to be starting thinking about your essay early, which is why all of those homework assignments that you've already submitted will contribute to your essay. Your essay can be a research essay. You can do it just on the research you did on indigenous whaling, or you could do it as a literary analysis essay and just do it on Whale Nation. Or you could just do it on sightings. Or you could do it on both Whale Nation and sightings. Your essay can be arguing that nobody should have an absolutist perspective on whaling, that there are so many complex issues, and here are the complexities. Your essay could be on the legality of whaling and international law. Your essay could be about environmentalism and the personhood rights of whales, which some people are trying to establish internationally. It could be about how much whaling is still happening and who eats whales. I actually have a friend who's from Japan who told me that they don't serve whales at sushi restaurants anymore. And actually, my parents were in Japan just a few years ago, and they were told that one of the sushis that they ate was whale, and they were not aware of it and were not very happy about it. So even though it might be commonly believed that whale isn't served as often in some places, it still is in probably very high-end environments, just like horse meat is in the United States, despite being illegal. Okay. So yeah, that's your essay. It's very open-ended. I know that can be scary for some of you. Some of you like to have the teacher tell you what the topic is or ask a specific question, but it's really one of the most important parts of writing is being able to form your own opinions and your own arguments. And having confidence that the argument that you've formed is a good argument and worth reading about. I've always felt by the end of writing a paper, oh man, this is stupid. Like, who's going to want to read this? But then, it might be a new idea for your teacher, and your teacher reads it, and it's like, oh, wow, I never thought about it that way. So even though to you it might sound silly by the end because you already know it, because you did all the research, to your audience it might be really illuminating and interesting. Doesn't have to be personally interesting to me. You don't have to write something you think I'll agree with. You just need to write something that is an argument that you can support with evidence, and you need to show that you know how to use that evidence, and it needs to be an MLA format with a proper works cited page and proper formatting. If anything, meeting with a tutor will be good to have the right formatting. Okay, please email me. Let me know if you have any more questions. And after week 4, we'll be starting our novel. And the novel will be week 5 and 6. And then week 7 will be your final paper. Thank you.